Hello everyone. Welcome to our team training. Today we're going to talk about social media, which is one of my favorite topics. I cannot wait to chat with you guys about this. And so I'm really hoping that you will ask me some questions because honestly, I didn't prep a lot because I just want to answer the questions that you want to know about social media. So ask any questions you have right now and I'll jump to them. But I will say how important I do think that social media is because I think it's easy. I mean, there are a lot of stylists who don't necessarily post on their personal wall or their personal Facebook. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Not so much your VIP group, because I feel like you guys have got that down pretty well. And I feel like for some reason, people aren't as scared to post in their VIP group, in their customer community, because they feel like, I don't know what it is, but I think there's like some psychology there where we feel a little less intimidated to talk to people that we know pretty well. And in our customer community, in our VIP group, we generally know a lot of the people in that group, and so we feel a little more comfortable. But on social media, we don't always know those people, right? So if you're hopping on, ask any questions in the comments that you have for me about social media, and I'll try to get those. But the thing about social media is that the world is your oyster with social media. Like, you can reach so many more people when you choose to post consistently on your personal Facebook page and on Instagram. And there's other places too, even on YouTube. So I think it's super important to address that because I know there's a lot of stylists who are not using that resource, and it is a powerful and free tool that you have to use. And guys, your network is your net worth. Like, the bigger the audience you have, the more eyeballs you have on you, the more likely people are going to want to buy your nails or join your team. That's just math, right? So that's the goal, is to kind of grow your audience and just get to know more people. Social media is meant to be social. It's meant to just like socialize and make more friends, right? So the first question Jess asks is, how often do I post on, she said my page, and I'm going to say on my personal page, on my personal Facebook and Instagram. So I made it a goal to post at least once a day on social media. So I post at least once a day on social media, so that's on Instagram and Facebook. But I generally on Facebook do about 2 to 3 on Facebook. I'll do one picture post maybe, and then maybe I'll do like a quote or a question on Facebook. Facebook is great, you guys, because you can literally just ask a simple question and you'll be able to interact with tons of people. In fact, those posts do really, really extremely well. So don't feel like you have to come up with this mind-blowing post to connect with people. You can do those question posts, not even with a graphic, but just where you type a question and you use the Facebook background. Those get insane interaction. So that's such a simple post that you can do. And it can just be like a question that you're curious about, you know? If you just like asking like, what's your favorite mascara? Like, you're going to get so many people. Or like, hey, do you have your kids do chores during the school year? People love to share their opinions. People love to share their opinions. So that's such a simple way to connect with people. Because again, social media is meant to be social. And so you want to just find simple ways to connect with people. But I would say just make it a goal. There's no rules, guys. I mean, you hear all these people saying, you need to do this. You should. I want to alleviate that because I think we sometimes should ourselves, and then there's a lot of pressure. We feel all this pressure, right? Social media is supposed to be fun. That's what I like about social media, is that it is fun. It's socializing, right? So in order to do it more, you got to make it fun for yourself. So find things that you enjoy talking about and make it fun for you. That's a huge tip, is just to make it more fun for you. If you like to, ask, like, if you love quotes, then share quotes. Like, if you don't like to do pictures, that's fine. My goal is to help you level up just one notch. So I don't want to be like, hey, here's how to be like a super big influencer and all these things. But like, let's say you only post once a week. Well, how about you try to post twice a week? Just level up one level. Like, let's take baby steps when it comes to social media instead of overwhelming ourselves and then not doing anything, right? So if you post, just however many times you post, maybe take it up one notch, just one notch. And maybe if you are posting plenty, if you're already posting once or twice a day, maybe just be a little more intentional in those posts so that you're really adding value to people. Because that's another way to not be annoying. I think that's another fear that a lot of people have, is like, I don't want to be annoying on social media. I hear a lot of my new stylists say that when I'm like, what's your biggest fear about this? They'll say, well, I just don't want to be annoying on social media. And I hear ya. I don't either. And I think the best way to not be annoying is by adding value and making your social media and making it like a reality show sprinkled with commercials instead of an infomercial. So don't be spamming the nails all the time, including in your stories. I've seen a lot of people spamming nails in their stories like all the time. And it's like, I don't even want to see that. And I love the nails, right? So try to, put some other things. You want to share more about your life than just the nails. There's more to you than these nails, people, and they want to see it. And so don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Like, again, even if it just means starting with asking a question and getting those interactions there. So let's see what other questions. I'm looking, okay. Okay. Marin said, I'm good with posting. I need to keep up with those people and follow up. You know what, Marin? I kind of suck at that too. So that's something I could level up on, is going back, asking the question and then going back and interacting and like commenting, asking them a question in the comments. That's a really great way to keep the conversation going in the comments, because that will boost the algorithm when you've got these, when you have people commenting in your comments and then people commenting on their comments, and you know what I mean? When you've got all these conversations in one post, then Facebook is like, oh wow, this is a really important conversation. We're going to make sure that more people can see it so they can participate. So yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not perfect at that either, Marin. Like, it's easy to post and ghost, which I tend to do sometimes, but again, baby steps, right? Done is better than perfect. So, let's see. Abby said, do you still stick to your 5 core topics for posting on social media? So I kind of changed things up a little, but I kind of focus on one main message, but I feel like that's like next level social media stuff. My main message is like confidence, is like, drop kicking your inner mean girl. So that's kind of my main focus on social media. But I feel like for most stylists, I recommend using 5 topics that you could talk about all the time. So try to think about 5 things that you love to chat about and post about those things, because people maybe they're not going to connect with you about fitness, but maybe they'll talk to you about, whatever TV show you're watching. Maybe they love to chat about Outlanders or whatever it is you watch. So you want to have those 5 things so that you have a variety of audience, so that you have people who are saying, okay, I'm not so much into The Bachelor, which is what I'm into. I love The Bachelor so much. But I do like I like me some good quotes. So that's why I enjoy following Kelly. So whatever it is, if you're into pizza, like whatever it is, just share about that. Or if you're on a journey, maybe you're on like a keto journey, or maybe you are doing, 100 days of personal development or whatever, like share your journey, help your audience be part of that journey. That is how they connect with you. And here's the thing I want you guys to know is you are an influencer to someone. Because people love to watch other people. They want to know they're not alone. They want to see that like, oh, this person has the same humor as me. This person has the same style as me. This person is in the same boat with me. This person has the same amount of kids as me. This person is homeschooling. This person is not homeschooling. Like they want to know that they're not alone. And so sometimes just posting about your life helps other people know that they are not alone. So let's see. I'm trying to get all your comments here. Okay, Laura said, I think the 5 topics thing is so good for those that struggle keeping things balanced. I try not to overthink it, but it really helps me to even things out. Yeah, I wouldn't overthink it too much because then we become perfectionist procrastinators, right? So the five 5 things that you post about on social media is just a guide, but don't let it be like a roadblock for you. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm not posting about these 5 things, so I can't post, or I can't think of anything about this. Like, just, again, it's social. Like, think about the things that you talk to your girlfriends about when you get together, and talk about those things, the things that you love to chat about when you're on the phone, when you're texting, when you're in the chat room, whatever. Those are the things to talk about because that's who you are. That's what you like to talk about. And your vibe attracts your tribe. You're going to attract those same like-minded people because the goal here is to make future friends. Because what we ultimately want is we want like-minded people to join our team so that they can party with us on the cruise or at Punta Cana or at Cancun, or you know what I mean? So you want those people that are similar to you to be drawn to you, to join your team, to buy your nails, and join the journey of this fun adventure. All right, let's see. Marion said exactly, there's a fine line with burnout of posting, and yeah, it happens. Like, one thing for me is I try to think of social media as like a place of business. So I go on there and I post, but I don't scroll a ton because it's not always good for my mental health, if I'm completely honest, to see what everyone else is doing and compare. So I prefer to like share, but not compare. Hey, it rhymes. So I try really hard not to scroll because it doesn't always do my mind good. So, that's just a little tip right there. Okay, so Melanie said, how did you find all your followers? Did they find you? So Melanie, on Facebook, I made it a goal to add, when I first started in direct sales, I made it a goal to hit the max amount of numbers of friends on Facebook. So the max amount of numbers of friends is 5,000 people. And so each day I would add like 5 to 10 new friends on Facebook. And those are the suggested friends. I know a lot of people get kind of stuck right there where they're like, I don't want to add all these strangers, right? But these are friends of friends. So I feel safe and comfortable adding friends of friends. And so I made it a goal to do that. And so I hit, several years ago, I think it was like at the beginning of my Color Street journey, I hit 5,000 Facebook friends. And that number will fluctuate because people unfollow me, they unfriend me. And I'm okay with that because if they're not, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. And you're not going to be either. And like, it's going to be okay because we want to attract like-minded people that get us, right? And so I just continued to consistently add new friends until I maxed out. And then, and then on like Instagram, doing giveaways. Like right now I'm doing a giveaway, not for Color Street because that's against the rules, but different giveaways, and liking, creating conversations, following people, chatting with them, following up. Those are some good ways to get more followers. And thank you guys so much for your hair compliments. I love my new haircut. It is so easy, and it's seriously like I don't have to, I feel freer with this much hair gone. So anyway, thank you. So people are saying, what are the 5 things? The 5 things are your 5 things. I want you guys by the end of, I want you to figure out what your 5 things are that you're going to talk about on social media. So, and because there's 5 days of the week, I mean, there's 7 days, but like, you don't have to post on the weekends if you don't want to. I don't post on Sundays. So, but there's 5 business days. So it's good to have like, okay, Mondays, maybe I'll talk about mom life on Mondays, maybe on Tuesdays. And you can use trigger words too. I've talked about this before, but you can use like words that remind you what you want to talk about on certain days of the week. So maybe Monday is Manny Monday. That's a super easy one. Or it can be Mom Monday or Motivation Monday. You can do Tip Tuesday where you share a tip about whatever. You can do like what's cooking Wednesday. You can do what you wearing Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday. Like come up with your own themes because this is your reality show. And so it needs to be custom of what you want to talk about, what you love to talk about. And then just kind of rotate through those. You can do one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one, and then start over again. But that will give you a guide because I think that's what people struggle with is like, I don't know what to post. So when you have like that as your guide, those 5 things, then it's a lot easier. And then you can start collecting content too. If you're like, ooh, I'm gonna save this for, when I post next Monday. You can start collecting ideas for content because not everything has to be in real time. That's something I've shared before, but I'm gonna say it again. You don't have to share because I am all about being present with my family. And so I don't always want to, stop in the middle of something when we're having this great bonding experience and like take a picture of it and write about it. So sometimes I'll collect content and share about it later. So it doesn't have to be in real time. It can be something you take pictures of and save for later. And I've shared this before, but I will share it again. Save pictures of yourself. When you have a good hair day, take a bunch of pictures of yourself, change shirt, save them, put them in an album on your phone, and you can use them later for posts later. It is important that we see your face. You are the star of your reality show. Please show me your face. If I'm scrolling through your feed and I don't see your face, I don't know who's talking. I can't visualize who this person is. And whether you like it or not, people are stalking you. If they're like looking to see, do I want to buy nails from this person? Do I want to join their team? They're going to stalk you first. And so it is important to have a good variety on your feed so that they'll connect with you in one way or the other. And they'll be like, oh, hey, this might be someone that I have something in common with. Okay, so keep scrolling here. I want to get all these questions. Just a minute. Okay. Karen asks, do I reach out to people right away after I friend them? I don't want to be the girl that's like, hey girl, buy my stuff. No, like that's just not how I want to do it. When I send personal messages, it's usually on their birthday. So I add them as a friend. I hope that they accept, but they don't have to accept, right? That's on them. But I don't usually, and that's a personal thing. Maybe you want to start the conversation then. It really has to be kind of like how you would socialize in real life, and and what's comfortable for you. So it's kind of a personal thing. Okay, other questions. Did you friend both men and women or just women? Great question, Janine. It's always just women. I 99% of the time decline men unless I know them really well. Okay, Katie asked a question. Posting the same thing on well, I don't know if yours was a question or not, but I will address this. Katie asked, posting same thing on personal wall versus VIP versus IG. Yes, I've totally done that. And then again, there's no rules. You can do 3 birds with 1 stone. I will sometimes post on Instagram, then repost it on Facebook, then repost it in my Facebook VIP group. Because like maybe 10% of people see your posts. So the people that follow me on Instagram, maybe will see that same post on Facebook. I highly doubt it because of the crazy algorithm. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna post it on Instagram and Facebook and maybe in my group too, because you should be actually I hate using the word should. I recommend doing personal posts in your VIP group so that people can get to know you. The whole goal is for people to like, know, and trust you. If they like, know, and trust you, then they're more likely to want to be part of whatever you're doing. They're going to want to buy whatever it is. If you're selling ketchup popsicles, they're going to want in on that because they like, know, and trust you. Okay, so Maria said, did you make a separate personal Facebook page? Do you have a real one for family and friends? I don't want to have my pictures and info so public. So I did not make a separate one. I just kind of decided to choose to be a public figure. And that's something, again, a personal decision that people that that there's going to be people that I don't know that are watching me on social media. But they feel like they know me. And yes, that means posting about my family. And so I don't have separate. I've tried separate accounts and it was kind of a huge pain to have like a nail page plus a personal page. So I finally decided to condense them all into my one like Instagram. I used to have 3 different Instagrams. Now it's all one. It's just under Kelly France. But I did have a separate one for nails. I did have and I'm not saying that there's one right or wrong way. It was just me personally, I didn't want to deal with that many. So I chose to separate them. You might choose, to combine them. You might choose to separate it, and that's totally fine. Again, there's no rules. You get to make the rules. Because here's the thing about like doing a Facebook or an Instagram nail page. That one can be an infomercial because they are following you because, your name is Amy's Nails or whatever. Like they're following you because they want to see your nails and that's it. So it can be a little bit of an infomercial because that's why they're following you. So that's the nice thing about having a specific Instagram page just for your nails. And you can do the same with a business page just for your nails, like a Facebook business page. So I do have a Facebook business page that just talks about just the nails. But again, there's no right or wrong way. You got to do what works for you and you try things. That's what I think is kind of fun about social media is it's fun to see what gets a reaction and what doesn't. Sometimes I'll do a post where I'm like, this is going to be amazing. And then it'll be like dead, like hardly any comments, hardly any likes. And then other times I'll be like, I'm just going to throw this up there. And then people are like, getting tons and tons of comments. Like you just never know. So you got to try stuff and not be afraid to try stuff. Okay. Katie said personal wall versus stories. I find I fall back on stories right now and I don't post on my personal wall as much. I think you need a good balance because stories, a lot of people are watching stories more and more. So definitely get on stories if you're not on there. And I like stories because they're so real life. Like they're very, oh dang, I gotta wrap it up. They are very like just little clips of behind the scenes of your life. So I love stories, but I do think it's important to have a post here and there, you know, because people are going to connect with you there as well. Again, people who are seeing my stories don't always see my posts. People who are seeing my posts don't always see my stories. So it's kind of good to spread yourself out and be in different areas. And again, I'm all about 2, 3, 4 birds with one stone. Like sometimes I'll go live on Facebook. I'll save it to my phone. I'll upload it to Instagram TV. I'll upload it to YouTube, and I'll share it like in my VIP group. So like, you know, you can put it in all different places and it can just be one content. Okay. So everything I'm talking about right now is regarding your personal wall and your personal Instagram. People want to get to know you. So share a little bit more about you. Don't be afraid to share more about you. And they want to see your face. So I'm sorry, but you got to take some pictures of yourself. Okay, Marin said, is there a difference algorithm-wise between posting it 3 places or sharing it from Instagram? So I do think it's more, I think it gets better views if you post it on Instagram and then post it separately on Facebook, like copy and paste and post it on Facebook. I do think it gets better views than if you just slap it up. You know, if you have it post to Instagram and then have it on the Instagram, you have the button that says post to Facebook. So I recommend doing it separately, which will take you literally 10 more seconds. I'm trying to answer. Yeah, you can totally post your Color Street stuff on your regular Instagram, Alexis. Just no public offers. Okay. And some of you are saying, I wish I could combine my Instagram. Like, do it. Why not? Why not? Why not make your life easier? We don't need harder lives in 2020. I'm just saying. Oh, Heather made a good point. This is a really great point. She said you can change the settings to be a Facebook, like on your Facebook personal wall, to be public or to be friends only. So maybe you want to do a post that you just want your friends or your family to see. You can change that specific post to be that way. But most of my posts are public. Okay, and you guys, here's the thing. Success leaves clues. Like the top leaders in the company are posting on Facebook, on Instagram, and publicly, and they're doing it consistently. So like there's a clue right there. And they've got stories. They got stories going. So stories are huge. Okay. That's all we got time for. I need to hop on a meeting with our leaders right now. We're going to do a mastermind with all our team leaders and above. But I hope that helped you guys. Thanks for watching. And I just want to encourage you. My challenge to you is just to level up in one thing, because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves, in one way on social media. So comment below and tell me what you're going to do to level up in like a small and simple way. Doesn't need to be mind-blowing, because we don't need to be perfect, right? All right. Thanks you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.